I felt like it would have been a disservice to myself to not really explore that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would have had regrets if I just let time pass and not harness every moment, you know?
I watched the first 7 episodes and wow, that is too hot to handle. It really is.
My God.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Holly, what was your reaction when you found out that this was not Paradise Island? This was too hot to handle.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, I had just gotten done making out with Nathan, and then all of a sudden, Lana just appears out of nowhere. And so I had seen the other season. I had seen season 1, and I knew right away. Oh my God. Let's just say it definitely put a damper on the party, that our little pirate party, and the rest of the whole retreat. But no, I mean, I was definitely in shock. We had no idea. So yeah, that was lovely.
Yes. Yeah. Jazz, how about you? Did you see this as a challenge, or did you see this as, oh no, I just want to book my plane ticket and go back home?
Honestly, I think it was like a mixture of both. Like, it was like a roller coaster of emotions. I'm like, first of all, like, what is this? I never really seen the show, so I was confused. I'm like, is Lana a speaker? Like, what's going on? We thought we were getting good prizes. So yeah, I think I'm like, I don't know. But then afterwards, it's more like a challenge. Like, hey, you can do this. It's not going to be that hard, but I was wrong.
Right. Yeah. I mean, besides not being intimate, what was the most challenging thing about being stranded on this island with so many good looking people, Holly?
Oh, well, I mean, first off, it's a beautiful island. You're away from your, friends and family, which is okay. You know what I mean? Like, we go on this, journey for the experience, right? But it really is a self battle the whole entire time, especially knowing that Lana is watching you and, and making sure you're progressing as a person. She really whips me in place. But it really was tough. I mean, everyone was so good looking, and we were told we were going to go on a show that we were going to, mingle and have fun and party, and that was just not the case. So had to recalibrate our expectations a little bit.
Totally. Jazz, I mean, going into this, were you hoping to come out of it with a serious relationship, or were you just kind of looking to have fun?
No, I was there strictly to have fun. Like, I'm not a big person on commitment. So that was the furthest thing from my mind. We, like Holly said, we came to drink and have fun and meet hot singles. And that's just we got part of that. We got the hot singles part, but yeah.
Totally.
Bundle.
Yeah,
obviously,
the
Holly,
full package.
Right. I mean, obviously, Holly, you and Nathan instantly hit it off. I mean, what was it about him that you were instantly attracted to?
You know what? I feel like sometimes you just know, it's really hard for me to pinpoint one thing, besides the fact that he's just is stunning. He's beautiful. He's an alpha. His personality is incredible. And he's so intelligent too. But it was just a feeling of I don't know. I just saw him and I just felt the best I can describe it is magnets almost. I was just instantly attracted to him. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Jazz, how about you? Who kind of caught your eye? I know you and Izzy and Truth kind of had a little thing in the beginning. Did he kind of catch your eye right at the beginning?
Yeah, for sure. I remember standing out there just waiting, everyone was coming out, everyone looked great. But then when I seen him, it was just he's my type. He had a low haircut and the tattoos. He's bad boyish, tattoos. Always, I'm a sucker for tattoos. So instantly, that's what first attracted me to him.
Yeah. And Holly, obviously you and Nathan had a very hard time not breaking the rules. I mean, did you not care about the money? Were you more interested in the relationship, or did you not think that Lana was going to be so strict?
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of all of it. Of course I cared about the money. Of course I, at the same time, I didn't come to do the experience for money, but I did want to respect everyone around me. But at the same time, I knew, I had met someone just incredible and held a special place in my heart. You know what I mean? And I felt like it would have been a disservice to myself to not really explore that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I would have had regrets if I just let time pass and not harness every moment,
Mm-hmm. Jazz, were you pissed?
At all the rule breaks?
Yeah.
Okay. So there were spurts of moments, but at the end of the day, like that's my girl. She knows I love her. I think I was just like a disappointed parent. I'm like, girl, you know, like you are not even trying. But it's like I get it because I feel like they genuinely had a connection. So I understood that at the end of the day. And I mean, I feel like that makes it like 10 times harder, you know?
Yeah.
So we can look back and laugh on it now.
Yeah,
Definitely.
now we can.
I mean, Holly, obviously, you know, we can't spoil the show, but does your relationship with Nathan continue to develop? And will we see that throughout the entire season? Obviously, we just saw the first 7 episodes and you guys are still together at that point, but can you kind of tease what's to come?
I think, you know what, all of my relationships that I've had from the show are literally still developing now. Like that's the beauty. We're all so close and like, we're all really on great terms and we're just getting closer, all of us. So yeah.
Was it hard to watch other women come in and be interested in Nathan?
Listen, I don't blame them. He's an incredible guy, right? Like, so I don't blame them. It is hard for me to watch a little bit because naturally, right, when you really like someone, you tend to be a little territorial, but at the same time, like I respect and, you know, love Nathan enough to give him the freedom and like, you know that like if he wants me, he'll be with me, right? Like, and that's just how dating is naturally, right? So, you know, you can't suffocate a man. Like you shouldn't suffocate anyone. So
definitely. I mean, Jazz, you know, we did see on the show that it was hard for you to kind of find those meaningful connections. And were you disappointed about how your experience played out?
I wouldn't say disappointed because I feel like ultimately like it played out how it's supposed to go. And like Holly said, like I made really great friends from like all around the world. We have a group chat, like we still communicate to this day. So I didn't find like, you know, maybe like a super romantic thing, but we found like good friendships. So I feel like ultimately I got to learn a lot about myself and that's like the best I could ask for.
Right. No, that's so, and I think you made it a good point because even in the first few episodes that we watched, there's really no arguing between anybody. No really like fights between the women. It seemed like everybody really got along.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the show as well. Like it has a lot of positive undertones. Like it's not like a lot of reality TV shows that are traditionally aired. You know, we're also lucked out. We had an incredible cast. Everyone was so positive and happy to be there. So I mean, that
helped out a lot.
Yeah. If you were to do this again, what would you have done differently, Holly?
You know, listen, I kind of live with my motto of life. Like I have no regrets. I just, you know, your journey is your journey and everyone learns at their own pace. You know what I mean? So I don't think I would have done anything differently, to be honest with you.
Jazz, how about you?
I think, you know, I would just like try to open up more. Like I do have an issue with like being vulnerable all the time, especially like right off the bat. Like we're just thrown in there and one day feels like 2 weeks, but it just could be overwhelming. I think everything happens for a reason though. So I wouldn't change it, but I do feel like I could have opened up just like a little bit more and like let my guard down. Yeah.
I mean, how are you feeling that just in a couple weeks, couple days that your life is just going to totally be out there and a lot of people are going to be like judging your relationships and, you know, kind of judging your every moves. I mean, how do you kind of prepare yourself for that?
I think in general in life, people do that anyway. Just now it's a little bit more public, right?
Amplified.
Yeah, definitely is amplified a little bit. But that's just, you know what, it just comes with it. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. And, you know, people are going to have their own opinions. Just, it's just life. So we'll see how it goes, honestly.
Yeah. Jazz, how about you?
I hope like people can look at each of us as like different, like we're people, but like characters on the show and just like see a bit of like themselves. Like I think we were all very like diverse and we had our own different things and relationships going on. So I feel like they can learn something, like learn to open up more or learn not to open up so fast or whatever the case may be. So I hope they can just look and learn and from us and our mistakes.
Right. Besides like yourself and, you know, the relationships that you formed while you were there, who was your favorite couple on Too Hot to Handle?
I'm a little bit
like biased. In general or in the
general?
show? I mean, in our season?
Your season, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm a little bit biased, but I'm going to say Nathan and I mean, come on.
I think I'm going to have to say Harry and Beau only because they're like so comical. Like them separately are already hilarious, but them together is just like times 10.
Oh,
so I love just watching them. It's like so funny, especially when they start like arguing, like big arguing.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I love it.